Hello people, this is Ryder here with the review of the Avataro Sentai Donbrothers, Avataro Gear Set 04. So this is a really cool set. This is our first set comprising of completely original Avataro gears, and also just new gears in general, as these ones are comprised of the 5 Robotaro gears that are utilized to create Don Oni Taijin. So, as you can see from there, we have Don Robotaro, Saru Robotaro, Oni Robotaro, Inu Robotaro, and Kiji Robotaro gears, respectively. And obviously each Robotaro, and then Don Oni Taijin. Kind of don't like the fact that you just use the same image twice, but you know, different box layout. This one's a silver, grayish kind of thing. This one was released in May. Alright, so here we have the Robotaro gears out of their packaging. So obviously we'll go look at them in roll call respective order. So here is Don Robotaro. Obviously this is the same layout as we had it previously with Don Senkaio, to which we see the Robotaro form of Don Momotaro. As if you haven't watched Donbrothers like me, basically the Donbrothers actually do change into these forms, which is pretty neat. I apologize that the chrome on mine on the tip is scratched off. I got mine like that. Then this one is B078. Yeah, B078. I'm sorry you can't see that. Again, I really just like these cast in gold. It really does make them special. And obviously it's probably just because they actually resemble a lot. They probably resemble more of a Sentai gear with this. But I didn't bother bringing out the other Donbrothers for comparisons, because obviously these are all new. So here's Saru Robotaro, the Robotaro form of Saru brother. He becomes a mechanical gorilla. He is B086. Yeah. All of these have a double notch, so these will all do something within the Don Blaster, but not any Zenkaiger stuff. Again, they shouldn't do anything in Zenkaiger stuff. Then we have Oni Robotaro? That doesn't sound right. This is the Robotaro form of Oni's sister. And she is B118? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm not acknowledging the notches. And here are our two CGI fellas. Here's Inu Robotaro. Inu Brothers Robotaro form allows him to become a Voltron-esque mech, which is pretty neat. He is B076. I'm sorry I'm not showing off the B's. Last but least, Kiji Robotaro, the Robotaro form of Kiji brother. Honestly, kind of my least favorite. Sadly, especially because I really like Kiji brother. But I feel like this one's the most plain, sadly. This one's 077? Yeah. If I had to pick a favorite, it'll probably be between Inu Robotaro and Oni Robotaro. I just like the Voltron esque dog. Anyways, let's try to get these in frame and use them. Obviously, we just use these like as usual, like Don Zenkaio. So we get a third standby that's different from the Alter standby and also actually proclaims itself as a Robotaro. So obviously there's actually a new transformation for the Robotaros, which obviously is in vain of the traditional Avataro change jingle, or not Avatar, well it is Avatar change, but I guess the Donbrothers transformation. But as you heard from the end part there, instead of Nippon Ichi, now it's Sekai Ichi, which is really cool that it actually kind of evolves and such. And we actually do get a new firing sound, but the finishers and stuff are the same. It just announces itself as that. Obviously, all that's the same, and then we can actually do something that's canon within the show. So for the most part, obviously, it just treats it like the Don Momotaro Avataro Gear. However, it does acknowledge it as a Robotaro Zan, which is really cool. And the last thing that you can do with all 5 of these gears, we'll show it twice, is that if you were to spin this again, then just press the trigger. So yeah, when you turn the gear again, you actually get the transformation sound for Don Oni Taijin, which is really cool that's in this thing, because obviously didn't want that in the mech I don't care for. So, other than that, everything's still the same. And now I'll have to do this again. If you obviously were to use the Zonglass Sword finisher again, it's just, well, I mean, we can do that because we're not going to use it for anyone else. But, that's why you have to let this thing go on twice, so then this can actually go along with that. But yeah, obviously it doesn't, the Zonglass Sword doesn't acknowledge it as Don Oni Taijin. It would only acknowledge it as Don Robotaro, because that's what it mainly was. So if we were to use Saru Robotaro, Same standby. Sorry. So as you hear there, it is actually personalized to Star Brother, but unlike Don Rotaro, the rest of these guys just carry the same sounds as their original counterparts, which makes sense. Obviously, to the point that the Robotaro sound is obviously not really, or the prefix isn't obviously specified, or not specified. It's not as special, but. Obviously, their Zonglass sword sounds are the exact same as their original counterparts. It's just that now it says Robotaro Zon. That still doesn't sound right. Inu Voltron. And I'll just show this one of doing it again. Like, I am just glad that they did make it so they programmed in all 5 of them. But it would have been cool if there was a way to, like, just chain up all 5 of them, then get that sound, but oh well. Robotaro. Yeah. Luckily, this is probably one of the more quicker ones we could have done. Just because, obviously, we need to make the demos actually worth it. So, my thoughts overall on this set, it's definitely, this is probably one of the very first sets that is actually probably recommendable, just because of the fact that it's actually comprised of completely new gears, and not the formula of, okay, we'll include the one gear, we'll include one new gear, and make you rebuy gears that you've already most likely have received. But I really do like how they finally give you a set comprising completely new gears, because this is the only set to do that. But I think it's a nice welcome. Like, I like the Robotaro forms, because it's definitely an interesting way of technically having a team power-up, despite the fact that it's not necessarily a power-up, but I think I just like the aspect that these are not just simply, oh yeah, these are yeah, they're like robot versions of the members, but like they can actually use them on ground fights, which is cool. I just don't care for what it combines into because it's just a Sentai mech. Nothing against it, but like there's just, to me honestly, like Sentai mechs haven't been appealing since Jewelger. So um Jewelger slash Loot Pat. So it's just like it really like Sentai mechs really have to do something to me to actually care for them again. But like despite that, like I still would recommend to get these gears, especially because uh luckily they didn't try to cram these ones in with Don Oni Taijin, or they didn't like make you have to get that thing for a gear. I'm just happy you can get the sounds of Don Oni Taijin without having to worry about getting that. Not atrocity. That's too that's too harsh. I don't hate that thing. It's just I can't really. A lot more people are more deserving to love it than me. So this is literally the demon's driver of Sentai for me. um, this set isn't as bad. It's kind of in the same placement as like the previous three sets. However, I think this set, obviously, because of the fact this is completely comprised of new gears, it's going to be a bit harder to just see this one in stock because people are obviously going to buy this one up and such. Which I think you should be able to get this one for like about, again, like Mandarake pricing, at least 800 to 1200 yen. Yeah, obviously if you want to see all the functionalities, the repetitiveness, all the Zonglass sword finishers, watch the demo in 2 weeks. That would do this review. This is Ryder, and I'll leave people.